What's going on, boys? How you guys doing today? Welcome back to another Season 2 video. And in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the first Titan build of the season. And we're going to be combining one of the newly buffed exotics with one of the best exotics in the game right now to have unlimited special ammo essentially. I know the ammo economy right now for special ammo is pretty rough, but with this build, you basically will never run into problems with your Choir 1 and will basically have unlimited ammo on it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video, and if you do, remember to leave a like and subscribe to the channel in case you guys haven't already if you want to see more builds. The exotic that we're going to be using today is the Actium War Rig. This one just got a couple of buffs with the Etch of Fate, and they made it into like the ultimate auto rifle machine gun piece of armor. Now, not only does it auto reload your auto rifles and machine guns from reserves, but also final blows with auto rifles and machine guns, boosts their stability, ammo generation, and even damage. But the reason that we're using it today, it's really for the extra damage and ammo generation on auto rifle kills, because it pairs up super well and perfectly with the Choir 1. Now the Choir 1 has an ammo generation of 0, literally 0. You do not get any meter whenever you get a kill with the Choir 1, but because we are wearing the chest piece that increases our ammo generation, we actually end up getting a lot of progress just by maining the Choir 1. This build and the whole purpose of this build is just so we can main this weapon as our main weapon and never have to run into any ammo issues. And I'm happy to tell you that it worked. You can pretty much just main the Choir 1 as your main weapon and never run into any ammo issues at all. We're just making that much ammo that unless you're like spamming the hipfire mode, you're never gonna run out of ammo. So that's gonna be our main weapon, and for the other weapons that you wanna pair this up with, it doesn't really matter what you go with. For a while I was wearing the Choir 1 and a machine gun, but it seemed a little overkill because I just didn't really find myself using the machine gun too often. The Choir 1 was pretty much doing like the same job the machine gun was doing, which was just killing everything. So I decided to switch that up for either a rocket or a grenade launcher, just so we can do some more boss damage. And then your primary can be whatever. It really can be just whatever you want. Maybe you even try double special, although I haven't really tried double special much with the new system. Now for the subclass, you want to go with the Sentinel Titan. The Choir 1 has some pretty good synergy with Void, and especially if you have the destabilizing rounds retrofit, I definitely recommend Sentinel. For your super, you don't really have to go with a specific one, but the Twilight Arsenal just works the best. It does tons of damage, it weakens targets, and is the super that I tend to get like the most use out of. Now for the abilities, you want to go with Rally Barricade so you can use it more often, and for your melee, you can really go with either of them. Both of them are going to give you an overshield, but I've been messing around with shield throw since I got a couple like buffs, so it definitely seems a little bit more consistent than they used to, but both of these are going to be able to work pretty well. If you don't want to get close to enemies though, definitely go for the shield throw. And for your grenade, I'm going to recommend the suppressor grenade. When you suppress enemies, things don't typically fight back, and the suppressor is also going to be able to stun overload champions, so you have that just built into the grenade. For your aspects, you want to go Control Demolition. This is going to give you even more explosions whenever you hit something with volatile or with boy abilities. And also every time that you trigger a wood explosion, you're constantly going to be healing. And this, with the volatile rounds on your Choir 1, means that you're essentially just constantly healing and always staying alive. The second aspect is not as important, but I ended up going with Bastion, so every time that I drop down my barrier, it gives me an overshield. The overshield is pretty important, since now they have damage resistance built into them, so just by having an overshield, we're going to be taking less damage, as well as having the extra health that we get with the overshield itself. So you want to use a bit more survivability for some of those higher end activities, I definitely recommend that you keep the Bastion on. For the fragments, you want to go Starvation so you can get Devour from Void Breaches and Orb of Power, Persistence so your buffs like Overshields and Devour actually last longer, Vigilance is going to give us an overshield whenever we're low on health and we get a kill, and the last one's going to be the Echo of Undermining, meaning that every time we hit something with a grenade, it's going to weaken it. And so it's going to be getting tons of grenade energy from just having the Devour active all the time. Even if it does bring down our grenade stat, it shouldn't really matter too much. We're still going to be able to spam our grenade as much as we can. Now for the artifact, we actually don't have too many things to have a lot of synergy here, but we do have some of the more general ones that are going to work pretty well. So the first one is going to be Elemental Malevolence. Every time that we give our teammates an overshield, we're going to get some class ability energy, just helping us get that overshield back faster. Elemental Coalescence is going to improve the amount of void breaches you make, just by using the Choir 1. Not really by doing anything specific, just by getting kills, you have a chance of creating more void breaches. And the last two are going to be here at the end. The first one is Shield Crush, what we have on the point over shield. Our melee recharges faster, and it does increase damage. So that's going to be pretty nice. We're just always going to have that on, as long as we have the overshield. And the other one's going to be Elemental Overdrive. Whenever we pick up a Void Breach, it increases the damage on Acquire 1. Again, just improving the damage on Acquire 1, so it's able to go through everything. Most of the smaller enemies, even when you're low light, you'll be able to 1 to 2 shot them. So you'll be able to run through them very quickly without using too much ammo. Now for the armor mods that we have on this build, you're going to have Harmonic Siphon on your helmet, plus 2 Special Ammo Finder mods, so you can get some more meter, as well as make some orbs with your Acquire 1. For your gauntlets, you want to go Bolstering Detonation, Momentum Transfer, as well as Firepower, so whenever you get kills with your grenade, you make orbs, or whenever you do damage, they'll reduce the cooldown of your melee, as well as your class ability. For the chest piece, you want to go with your resistances, Concussive Dampener, Solar Resistance. This one can change depending on the activity you're doing. But you definitely want to have that Void Ammo generation so you can get some more meter from those Acquire 1 kills. For your boots, I recommend that you go with a Void Scavenger so you can get some more ammo per break. A Void Weapon Surge, so your Acquire 1 again has more damages on it so you can kill things even faster. And lastly, Absolution, so every time that you pick up some of those orbs of power, you are reducing the cooldown of all your abilities. And lastly, for the class item, you want to go Class Font to improve your class stat, Reaper to make more orbs, and Outreach to get some more melee energy whenever you use your class ability. And the main stat you want to focus on this build is going to be weapons. Weapons is going to give you more damage, more reload speed, more handling, so you can get even more ammo for your Acquire 1. And with this, you're never going to run into any ammo issues with your Acquire 1 ever again. It really will be your primary weapon, and the extra damage on top of it is definitely going to be pretty nice. I recommend that you go for at least 150 on your weapon stat, and that should be pretty good. Now when it comes to the gameplay loop is the most simple thing when it comes to this build, because it really is just fire the Acquire 1 and kill things with your Acquire 1. That is really it. Whenever you're using orbs, pick up your orbs. If you have your class ability, put it down to get the overshield, but it really is just firing the Acquire 1. It is just such a simple build, but that is also very effective, and it will constantly keep you alive thanks to all that held back with Devour. It is a really good build that I definitely recommend you guys use, especially if you like using your Acquire 1 a lot. But hopefully you guys enjoy it, hopefully you guys like it. And with that, we're going to end today's video. Let me know in the comments below if there's any certain builds you'd like to see. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, everyone. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.